Hi superheroes, I'm back. It is I, the spiritual superhero, and today I am here to talk to you all about setting boundaries. Now before we begin, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell to get the notifications. So let's begin with number 1, name your limits. Now first and foremost, you cannot set healthy boundaries if you are unsure of where you stand. So identify your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual limits in order to create the beginning of these boundaries. Number 2 is tune into your feelings. Now, in order to set healthy boundaries, we must first ask ourselves, how do these people that may be overstepping these boundaries make us feel? With establishing the ground floor of our boundaries, we then have to ask ourselves, how does it feel when people overstep these boundaries? Number 3 is be direct. In being direct, we directly tell people how their actions may be making us feel, how we are feeling about something that may be making us feel uncomfortable or otherwise. But in being direct, we then tell other people how directly we are feeling about their actions. Number 4 is give yourself permission. Now, in giving yourself permission, the idea is not to let people fear or guilt you into making you feel like you owe them something, because you don't owe them anything. You owe them quite the opposite. You owe it to yourself to set these boundaries, so then people can't walk all over you. 5 is practice self-awareness. Practicing self-awareness, ask yourself these questions. What am I doing? Or what is the other person doing? What is the situation eliciting that makes us feel resentful or stressed? Then sit with it for a while and sort of mull it over in your mind, and then ask yourself this question: what am I going to do about the situation? What do you have control over? Number 6 is consider past and present. Considering past and present while setting boundaries, we need to ask ourselves how we were raised, what role did we play in people's lives, what led us to this need to basically people please. Because it all leads back to one defining moment. If we can pinpoint that, then our journey towards remedying that can begin. Number 7 is make self-care a priority. Making self-care a priority really has nothing to do with boundaries. We actually owe it to ourselves to take care of numero uno. Number 1, that's us. It's not selfish. It's not that we don't care for other people. We do a lot of the time. But quite often, in order to take care of others' best interests, we honestly have to take care of our own first. Because if we're not well enough to take care of ourselves, then how are we going to care for others? So, you see, self-care in the whole setting boundaries thing is very important. Number 8 is seek support. If you're having a tough time with boundaries, seek some support. Whether that be a support group, a church, some counselling, coaching, or good friends. To have people that you know and trust is one of your greatest assets, because in setting boundaries, these people around you that you do trust or you may come to trust, when these boundaries need to be re-established, you will have people that will always have your best interests at heart. They will always have your back, and they will back you up when, as I say, you need to re-establish these boundaries with certain people. Last but not least, number 9 is be assertive. In being assertive, we know that it's not enough to just create these boundaries, we have to actually follow through. So, in a way, we have to take the initiative to make sure we follow through with all these boundaries that we have created for ourselves, to make sure that in the long run, when these boundaries have been established with other people, that they don't go stepping over the line again and overstepping these boundaries that we have put in place and worked hard to do. Now, basically, we need to establish boundaries to basically maintain our own lives. It's nobody else's life, it's our own. So, having these boundaries in place is really important, because it's really for our own well-being. Because as I say, our life is our own. We get to decide how our life plays out. Nobody else gets to decide. So, in establishing these boundaries with people that may be a little bit overbearing at times, that then, without saying it, tells them to take a step back. Ending this video, I will say this. Having boundaries not only sets the tone for our own lives, but it also creates a space for mutual respect, or what will become mutual respect. Because in the long run, while there are people that do try to get what they want by manipulating and other things, I think those people, if deep down they do have good hearts, will respect you in the long run for setting these boundaries. So with that being said, I am the spiritual superhero. Thank you all for your continued love and support. I love you all. Peace out.